budget. We're going to leave town on time. We haven't raised your taxes, and I think things are going to work fine.
You know, one of the interesting things is that the budget that Terry McAuliffe first forwarded, and then you guys got together, the House got together, and you guys had a litany of pretty solid amendments to that. And I knew that the tide had turned or something, was you did that on a Saturday, and then Sunday, Terry McAuliffe came out with a statement basically complimenting Republican House leadership and the House members on the amendments that they had provided to him. And he said, hey, they all seem pretty reasonable. We ought to be able to make it happen. What a departure from Governor McAuliffe in 2014 during the Medicaid expansion fight, when, my goodness, Dr. O'Bannon, everything he sent out was just attacking Republicans constantly.
I think you're right. I think it's a compliment to the governor. There's a learning curve,
Yes.
and we have, in fact, worked together on a lot of things. We've had issues we'd like to do better with workforce development. He's a champion of that. Economic development. So I think in the long run, it's been just like you say, it's a much better climate. We're actually going to put the budget on everybody's desk today. Unlike Nancy Pelosi, they'll all be able to sit down and read it for 2 days. We'll vote on it Thursday, and then we'll be back to our day jobs.
You know, and that's the interesting thing. Unlike Congress, you guys and gals are up there. This is a short session. You're up there for 6 weeks. You're in and out, so you have to get all this done in a short period of time. So doesn't that change the dynamics? I mean, you can't linger. You just have to get things done, right?
You're right, John, and I've been down there a while now. It's interesting. We pay a little price for that part-time citizen legislature model, because you do have to get things done quickly, and occasionally it's not smooth or perfect, but I really think it's a better model. You know, the concept is that we all have a day job, and we're not full-time politicians, and we go back and get back to our communities and around our people, and it's been a much better year this year. We haven't locked up on too many things. We've done some good things on sexual assault on campuses and ABC and ethics and the child daycare problem that we had with these children dying. So I feel like we've done our job, and we can all go home. We're all running for re-election again this fall, and I think it's a good message to send to the public.
With Delegate John O'Bannon, M.D., he's a Republican from the 73rd District that is part of Henrico County. Dr. O'Bannon, what remains to get done, right? There's still a couple of bills up this week. In your mind, what are the top 2 or 3 priorities that the House still has?
Well, we have the budget deal made. We've got some of these contentious bills that got to get put off till the bitter end. There are folks talking about always bills that get people's energy going with how we handle our animals, you know, the shelters and how you dispose of these animals. So we've got a big, thick docket today, but the process will work its way through. Today is our last day to deal with any bills. Any bill that passes is not in agreement between the Senate and House will have to go to one of these conference committees, and then they'll get reported on and by Thursday, and hopefully that will be it.
What happens if it's not done by Thursday? Do you guys extend till Saturday?
Well, the main thing we have to do is vote on the budget bill. And the budget bill is on everybody's desk today. Any individual bill that you wind up not having agreement on is just going to go away, will not become law. Mm-hmm. And the governor, of course, has a whole lot of bills on his desk. We have this interesting situation where if we're still in session, we pass a bill and it goes to his desk, he's got to act on it within 7 days and send it back to us as long as we're in session. Now, once we go home, he's got till the veto day. So he's got right many bills he'll be sending back to us with either recommendations or amendments. So we've still got some work to do, but we are set to go out of here on time this year and not have all that fighting like you described from last year.
Walk us through a little bit the sausage-making process. So if Governor McAuliffe got sent a bill 7 days prior to the end of the session, which would be Saturday the 28th. So anything that he was sent February 21st or prior, he's got to send back before the 28th, right?
Right.
Now, if he sends those back, let's say he sends those back with amendments, what happens?
Well, the bill actually started somewhere. You know, it has a House patron or a Senate patron, so it goes back to that original body, and they can either accept or reject the amendments. And if they reject the amendments, that's it. It goes back to him. If they accept the amendments, it goes to the other body. If it were one of my bills, it'd go over to the Senate, and the Senate could either accept or reject them. If they accept them, then that's done. It goes back to him then, and he can either veto the bill or he can sign the bill, and that process will play out. So I think it's been about a year.
Say something got sent to him this week. Obviously, it's within the 7 days, and then he has until veto day. When is that, Dr. O'Bannon?
Actually, this year I think it's tax day. It's April 15th.
All right, April 15th.
It's spelled out in the procedure, but we moved it a week to accommodate a religious holiday. So I think April 15th is going to be veto day this year.
All right, April 15th, veto day. So if he vetoes something, then do you reconvene another session in order to consider an override?
Yeah, if he vetoes something, then you have to have a 2/3 vote on each side to override the veto.
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, the governor vetoes the Tebow bill, which I think he will.
Right.
He vetoes that, and let's say you guys don't think you can muster 2/3 in the two houses. Do you still reconvene just to see if you can, or do you just accept the veto? How does that work?
Yeah, you can't. The only way you can override a veto is 2/3 in each house.
Right.
So that bill that you described would, if he does veto it, will come back, and we're pretty close in the House. We may or may not be able to do that in the House, and of course he could choose to amend it, not veto it.
Right.
So we've got that's the way the sausage is made, as you say, and that's the kind of way we did the budget. You know, we got some good things in the budget. When times get tough, we wind up having to do things that I suppose you could call gimmicks to balance the budget. We don't fund the VRS, or we take back some money from the localities. And this year we've really gotten rid of almost all of those gimmicks and made things structurally sound. We have not expanded, any big new programs with FTEs. So it's the budget going forward. We got some money in the rainy day fund, the savings account, and I think we're well prepared for going into next year.
What do you think, Dr. O'Bannon, has been the number one accomplishment of House Republican leadership?
I think we have clearly demonstrated that we have an agenda and a vision for Virginia. We've got higher ed reforms that Kirk Cox has patroned to help make college less expensive. We've been doing things in education to try to streamline the SOLs. We've done a lot of things in health care for the safety net. We have taken care of the localities in some of the things that we've done for them, so that relationship should be good going forward. So I think we've just demonstrated that we're close. We're a lot closer. We're the closest representatives to the people. We run every 2 years, and we're on a short leash. And I think we have really good leadership with Bill Howell and Kirk Cox. Of course, Chris Jones with the Appropriations Committee. So we've worked real hard to get it done smoothly this year. I think it's worked really well. We didn't raise any taxes or fees that the governor was interested in doing, and I think we can all go back to our districts and be very proud of what we've done this year.
Like you said when you started, Delegate O'Bannon, that Republicans in charge of the House, supermajority in charge of the Senate. I found this session, just like you said, to be a very business-like atmosphere in there. Just get things done. I want to move, if I may, to Mountain Valley Pipeline. I ask this to everybody on my show because everybody knows that I am a huge proponent, truth in advertising, of the Mountain Valley Pipeline. I think natural gas running through Virginia, it's going to stem manufacturing jobs. Plants can open up, come in, tap into the pipeline with the route. It also lowers the cost of energy. It creates jobs. It gets the economy moving. And I think pipelines are safer than trains, Lynchburg, the accident we had, or trucks going down the highway. What say you?
I couldn't agree with you more. It just makes we've got pipelines carrying natural gas that have been in Virginia for decades.
Right.
And nobody even knows they're there.
Exactly.
And what we've got is we've got some very dug-in folks who just say no to everything. And we've got a state that desperately needs to continue to have good, healthy growth. These are all good industries to have. And I think we've got utilities that are committed to doing this the right way. And I think that same message could work up the road. If you build some of these pipelines that they're talking about, you don't have to have the daggone, just efficiency in how you deliver this stuff. It's obviously better to do it with a pipeline.
Without a doubt. Look, it's safer. And as you say, we've had pipelines in Virginia for 3 decades. And what really is bothersome to me is this makes so much sense, both the Atlantic Coast Pipeline and the Mountain Valley Pipeline. And you've got, as you said, Dr. O'Bannon, a handful of agitators, what I call the extreme environmental wackos that are opposed to anything. And they seem to dominate because they jump up and down and make a tremendous amount of noise. And obviously, look, nobody wants a pipeline going through their backyard. Everybody understands that. So there's also going to be some resistance with that. But I think at the end of the day, moving these pipelines through Virginia is going to be a real asset to jobs and to the economy. And I appreciate your backing on that. Got a minute. Final question. Do you think the deal that was made with Dominion Power was the right thing to do?
At the end of the day, I think it was. I think they did some things to balance it. I listened carefully to that discussion, and at the end of the day, I think Virginia's got some of the best meaning lowest power rates around and in the whole country. I did listen. They're stuck with 4 coal-fired power plants, one of which just came online in 2012. And you've got the EPA and the Obama folks with just draconian rules that they're about to lay on us for.
Makes no sense. Hey, Dr. Bannon, we're out of time.
I think that's a fair deal, and we can always look at it, and if it isn't working, we can always come
Change
back.
it. We're out of time. We want to thank Dr. John O'Bannon for being with us, Republican delegate from the 73rd District.